Hey there everyone, welcome back to Gamevine, and my name is Dave, and today we are looking at Steampunk Rally Fusion. Let's do it. So as a disclaimer, this was sent to me as a review copy. Thank you so very much for your support, really do appreciate it. Now, I'm pretty sure it was Ruxley Games who sent it. This is a second coming, like Steampunk 2.0. This is the original edition's art, but this is Fusion, and it comes with a few more bits. Now, I've not played Steampunk Rally at all, so this is my first experience with it. I don't think that's too big of a deal. I think you can jump in on this one if you haven't played the last one, though if you played the last one, a lot of things are going to be familiar, I'm pretty sure, with this edition. Essentially, it is a racing game where you have steampunk contraption ships that are going to be put together and sometimes fall apart, and sometimes you're just going to jettison some of your pieces to get to the finish line faster. So let me show you what comes into the box. I'll show you how to play. I'll give my opinion then. Okay, so this is what you get in the box of Steampunk Rally. This is the back of the box, which is the old cover, but the other cover right here, which is much better, is Steampunk Rally Fusion. Now, this game right here has a ton of stuff, and I'm going to say right off the rip that it's like one step down from being what I would expect from like a deluxe game or a Kickstarter game, and that is because some of the quality of the components here. You have metal gears in 2 different sizes, and they look just so nice and detailed, and some of my favorite dice of all time. Now, not only are they the best colors that I've ever seen on a dice, they're translucent and they're unique. This one has 9 pips on it. What? It's amazing. Perfect size. It's going to be hard to beat these dice in any game. I love them. And then these are kind of like the roll for it dice, that game from Calliope. These are nice, translucent, smaller dice. I like them. They're not as good as the bigger ones here. And these all came assembled, so these little slide things here, I didn't have to assemble them. It's really appreciated. The art on the cards is really nice and steampunky. Again, I'm not a huge steampunk kind of fan, but I can appreciate it for what it is. Even the cardboard here, well, you know what, that would be I think the most bland part of these cardboard components here. But beyond that, everything else is great. And that's pretty much all I can say. Cardboard components are thick, so let me go ahead and show you how to play this game. Oh, I almost forgot. There is a double side, so I do like this side a little better than this art here. From my understanding, I think this is one of the newer things that they added, but don't quote me on that. Alright, so I am not going to be explaining how to play this game. This is not a how-to. I want to make that clear. I'm just going to be kind of pointing out how the game works and a few things here and there to see if this piques your interest. So there are other how-tos out there, or you can read the rule book yourself. But this is a board setup here. You have your fusion dice, your electricity dice, your steam dice, and your heat dice here. And then you have your player and your light bulb thing. And there's some cogs and some gears that you'll be getting that allow you to manipulate these dice, which will be going on these ships here, which is going to be determining different things that you can do. Now, the first stage is you'll be drafting from 4 cards up here, a boost card and some machine cards. You can put one down and save it, or you can build onto your ship, but it has to line up with the piping here. So as long as it does that, you can go ahead and build that. Now, you're trying to race down this track. Sometimes if you're playing with events, that will trigger or the try spaces, and also you can sometimes lose pieces of your ship. This is the damage gauge here that you'll be gauging, keeping track of that with right here. But certain dice do certain things, and you can vent them, which means you can basically take them up and reuse them, except for the fusion dice here, which allow you to have more pips, but they have to be locked. Again, it's all about drafting up here, the 4 cards. Now the drafting will change if you're playing with this deck here, which I recommend, from different directions. So you'll be doing that from time to time. And of course, like I said, you'll be using these cogs and gears to manipulate pips on dice, like 2 dice or just 1 dice in general. Again, building up your ship, making a gigantic kind of powerhouse that allows you to zip on by the finish line. It's right here, and everyone will take another turn, and whoever is the furthest is the winner. Now again, I did not go over even the slightest amount of rules. There's a lot going on here, but the thing about it is once you know what's going on, it's kind of intuitive, kind of like riding a bike, but you have to learn first. So again, if this piques your interest, you will be rolling dice, building a ship, blowing other pieces of your ship off and other people's parts off as well until you get to the finish line. So those are the very, very bare bone basics. Now let me tell you my opinion on this game. Let's go. So that is Steampunk Rally Fusion. Well, what do I think about it? It gets an 85 for me, which is the GameVine Plate Award. A lot of the points go to the components, to the theme. I think the theme really does come through. I think the gameplay is fun. The one thing I do think where I wish I could change was the time limit. It says an hour. That's like if you're playing 2 players. If you're playing 3 players or more, it's going to be a little longer than that. But I do think the gameplay is interesting. It's kind of hard to capture the racing aspect in a board game. It's been done once or twice successfully, but there have been a lot of misses when it comes to kind of racing vehicle games. I do think this is in a happy medium. It doesn't feel fast like a race is, but it does absolutely feel like you're racing your contraption as it grows and grows to the finish line to beat your opponents. One of my favorite things though about this game is my imagination runs wild with this game. I'm imagining my ship getting all these cool parts and me just telling my assistant just to leave it behind, cut the barracks, we need to lose weight to get across the finish line, and just seeing your ship fall apart at your will and or at somebody else's whim. But it is one of my favorite things about the game. The gameplay is, I do think, simple-esque once you know how to play, though there is a lot to explain, little details here and there. I don't know how much more Fusion adds. I know pretty much the metal components are probably an addition to that. I think they added a few more additions to like the map. But again, don't quote me on that. I don't think it bloats the game, because the game, with everything that I played with, because I played it 3 times, it seems like a polished product. A few hiccups, like I said, it takes a little bit longer, and there are a few cards in here that I do think are a little OP if you're able to get them. And I do think the art on the cards is maybe on a tad bit busy side, though that's a minor quibble right there. All in all, I do think this is a fantastic game. So if you're into racing type games that are card powered and you like this theme, you're going to want to pick this one up, and I can put a link down below, down here, so you can pick it up right now. Click on that and you can do so. Again, thank you, I'm pretty sure Roxley Games, for sending me this copy of Steampunk Rally Fusion. I do appreciate it, and this one is going to stay on my shelf. So thank you again for joining me in today's review. Fine Nation, please click like and subscribe. Until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all you play. You're right here on the GameVine. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance as a dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.